This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotatonetwork.com.
Watching television, watching television. Watching television, watching television. I need all the image, I need all the sound. I know the info right into my mind.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial by Pilot. This is the show where we judge an entire series of television and the work of hundreds on one episode. I'm Bill Lynch.
I'm Elizabeth Lynch. Hi.
What's up?
Nothing. I was just wondering what you were thinking about.
Oh my gosh.
I was trying to do a bit with the name of the show.
Damn it. I'm sorry I messed that up. We are talking about We Are Lady Parts, a new...
Do you know what my bit was going to be?
What?
I was just wondering if you were thinking about lady parts. Mine.
Gosh.
Listen, I thought of it the split second after we started recording. Didn't work.
And you've had half a beer, so...
Yeah, but it's an 8%er.
That's
I
true.
needed that to hit quick, you know?
We're talking about We Are Lady Parts, a new sitcom on Peacock.
New to Peacock. It's actually... So I thought that this was like a Peacock show.
Yes.
But it's just a British sitcom from 2018.
Well, just the pilot aired in 2018, and not the pilot we saw.
Really?
Isn't that interesting?
It is interesting, and I didn't finish reading the Wikipedia page.
Oh my gosh. This is why you got me
Or
around.
I didn't fully comprehend what I was looking at.
Yeah, so strangely enough, the pilot to the show was produced and made and aired in 2018.
Same cast?
I think so.
Okay.
Although maybe not, I don't know.
Right.
Because it was given the green light for a full season, but the full season didn't get produced until 2021 and aired, in June.
Interesting move.
Yeah.
To not pull it together until after a pandemic.
And I'm fairly certain, at least what the internet is leading me to believe, is that this episode we saw was not the pilot that aired in 2018. So like the entry for it is like episode 1 pilot, and then it's like the second episode overall is episode 1 of the first season. Which is very strange. But I mean, maybe they just redid the pilot.
Yeah,
with
that
a
could've
new
been that.
cast. I don't know.
Okay, so it is actually current.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this aired in Great Britain in like May, and now it's on Peacock in June.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if it was one of those things where like we had been seeing shows that had just like already been successful in the UK. So like now we're watching them here.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. If like Peacock and Channel 4 have some relationship, because
Maybe.
they do have a lot of British shows.
Yeah.
So what was the one with David Schwimmer? Intelligence.
Yeah.
And
And the one with Mel and Sue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they have some relationship, or they're owned by the same conglomerate. I don't know.
Yeah. Probably that.
Probably that one. So we are introduced to Amina Hussein, who is getting her PhD in microbiology. And as she narrates, she's with her parents on their couch, and she's meeting a potential arranged husband who is with his parents, and they are very, very traditional.
Right.
Let's just put it that way. And, they're asking about if she always wears bright colors like that, even though she's wearing like pale pastels, like not bright at all.
Yeah. But they're in like black and gray.
Yeah.
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 He has like a very like thick beard.
Yeah. And then her parents say something about music and how she plays the guitar, and the other parents are like, music, like, they use some terminology that I wasn't familiar with.
I think they said music is haram. And so haram means forbidden.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she's like, oh, I don't play in public. I just teach it. And her mom's like, yeah, she doesn't play in public because she gets diarrhea when she gets nervous.
Yeah. And they were like the other family is just like so like put off by this. Like,
Oh, they're horrified. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, this is not who we want our son to marry. Like, they want like a traditional Muslim woman to like be their son's wife.
Right,
And
right.
he's looking for a traditional Muslim wife. And she's like, you know, getting her PhD and plays music. And it's like,
Then we're introduced to this punk band that is practicing, and the lead singer stops them and is like, you know, something's wrong. Our sound is thin. What we need is a lead guitarist. And there's a little bit of a disagreement, but she's like, no, I'm sure. We need a lead guitarist in this band. And so we slowly like meet the four of them, you know, 3 members of the band, and then one is their manager. The lead singer works at a halal meat shop, and she makes a deal with the owner that she'll work Saturday night if they can have auditions for a guitarist in the shop. And so he agrees. The drummer who drives an Uber for money, and we see like 3 drunken idiot white dudes in the back seat, like harassing her basically, and she tells them to like fuck off. I think she calls them tits.
yeah,
Which I just love British cursing so much.
I know.
And then I don't remember what the other one played. Maybe the bass. She illustrates a comic about women who become homicidal maniacs on their period.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That was really funny.
I forget the name of the comic now.
I can't remember either.
It was funny. And then the manager, who's like this mysterious, like no one can quite figure her out. You know, she's like wearing full traditional garb. And so you like can't see her face. You can only see her eyes. But like she's also constantly smoking. So you just see like smoke coming out of it. It's really cool looking.
Yeah, it was cool. Like, so they all had, well, not all of them. They didn't all have head coverings, but
The lead singer didn't, right?
the lead singer did not. And I think that the drummer only wore it sometimes. Like, she didn't seem to wear it when she was out. When she was practicing.
Yeah.
So, like, the main character wears a hijab, and then I think that maybe the drummer wears a hijab also.
But we also see Amina, the main character, not wearing one when she's just with her family.
When she's just with her
I
family.
think it's, you know, when you're around people that are not your immediate family or female friends.
And then the woman who you can only see her eyes.
Yeah.
What was her name again?
I didn't catch it.
It's called a niqab, I think. So they're all like traditional. There's like 8 different types of head coverings and like veils that you could wear. They all like mean something different. I guess it's like a different like, what would you call it? Like sect of the religion.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I did not know that.
Because I think sometimes people like, it's off. I think like a burqa is completely covering even your face. But I think that like sometimes we would call, like, I only knew like burqa and hijab.
Yeah, I feel like those are the 2 terms I always hear.
But like there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Elizabeth and I are clearly not well versed
No.
in the subject matter. And so Amina finds out that her friend is engaged. The 2 of them are in her room, like talking about her love life. But then the friend reveals she got engaged to someone. And then after her friend leaves, she does a song in her closet playing the guitar, and it gets like really surreal. And there's like 2 sock puppets singing.
It's not sock puppets. It's like the sleeves of her clothes because she's in her closet.
Oh, it's sleeves?
And it's sleeves of like 2 of her shirts. It was really bizarre.
Yeah. Although it's the second time that it got really bizarre like that, because when she's meeting with the traditional guy at the very beginning, you know, she's like, obviously this isn't going to work out.
Right.
Although his eyes are really nice and blah, blah, blah. And she like imagines him like ripping off his shirt, and he's like basically one of the Khals from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so she's on a walk later that day, and this like dreamy guy from university hands her a flyer about guitarist auditions. And she like turns to talk to him, but he's already gone. Mm-hmm. And so she goes to the auditions looking for him, but it turns out he's just the drummer's brother. And so it's the 4 girls from We Are Lady Parts.
Right.
Or Lady Parts.
Right.
The band's name isn't We Are Lady Parts. And the band leader, the lead singer, recognizes her from school. I don't remember if it was high school or middle school or something. She's like, wait a second. You played the guitar at the talent show and you were really good.
Yeah.
Until you like barfed everywhere.
Right.
She gets the runs and she barfs. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh yeah, I recognize you. You used to sell school furniture.
Which is just like, it's It's not like when like you used to like put on a youth group shirt and sell candy bars, or like when you like would sell like. Did you sell sticks of gum? Who sold sticks of gum?
I never did. That's chump change.
I don't know who used to do it, but someone used to sell like sticks of gum. What are you selling? School furniture? Who are you selling it to? What a strange.
And so Amina is like very insistent. Like, listen, I am only a music teacher. I do not perform. And she like flees in like a very comedic fashion. But they track her down at a charity performance because she tweeted where she was. And her soloist, you know, she teaches, I don't remember what it was for, but it's like 4 young kids who are probably like high school age or a little bit younger at some charity performance.
Yeah.
But her soloist quits. He was too nervous. And so she has to play from behind this big banner. And I mean, like the 3 other kids are not very good.
Right.
But then she starts playing and everyone's like, oh, wow. And so the manager from Lady Parts moves the banner and Amina sees that everyone is watching her and she like runs off stage and barfs into a bucket. And as she's yakking, the lead singer's like, yeah, she's the one. And one of the other band members is like, are you sure? And that was the pilot to We Are Lady Parts on Peacock.
On Peacock.
What did you think?
What did you think?
Oh, wow. I get to go first this time?
I mean, you always just like ask me before I can ask you. So.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It was short. It was like 22 minutes.
You love it. You love a short show.
Love a short show. Love it. We have too many hour-long shows to get through. But yeah, I thought it was well done. I thought all of the characters, I mean, you know, some of the bandmates you're introduced to so briefly.
Yeah.
You don't like really get to know them, but you get a sense of like who their character is. You get a good sense of Amina. Obviously, she's the main character,
right?
Or at least one of the mains. I guess the lead singer will probably be pretty featured as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought the writing was good. You know, it had like those 2 like very surreal, like bizarre moments.
Yeah.
Which I liked. And yeah, I mean, it's only 6 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like we'll be done with this in a couple days.
Yeah.
You know, after Billy goes to bed, what do we put on? We don't have any sitcoms right now, right?
Yeah, no, this is perfect.
We finished.
Perfect timing.
We finished our last Peacock show.
Yeah. I like Peacock. I gotta say, like,
Yeah.
I am enjoying Peacock except for the fact that I find it really slow to load, which has really been bothering me.
So impatient.
And I don't think, listen, I don't know, is interfacing the right word? I'm not sure. I don't know anything about computers or technology, but whatever Netflix has is the most user-friendly, in my opinion.
Oh, their interface?
Yes.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I agree with that.
Interface, not interfacing. Interfacing, I guess, is a sewing term. I often mix technology and sewing up.
The least technological thing. Pushing...
Technology? That is advanced technology. A sewing machine, do you know how that changed the world?
Pushing a needle through a piece of cloth versus streaming to worldwide.
I'm sorry. Everything you're fucking wearing your entire life has been made with a sewing machine, sir.
Sir.
Yeah. We could certainly get by without computers.
Could we?
But what about sewing machines?
Well, I think the answer to those are the same.
Anyway, yes, I mixed up those words. But anyway, my point is that Netflix is the most user-friendly.
Yes.
Everything else is fucking stupid.
Oh, I hate HBO Max.
Yeah.
Where can I search for a fucking show?
It's so stupid.
They make it so hard.
And sometimes it's like, I don't know what HBO Max is like, but at least like HBO Go, whatever. I mean, it's the same thing, right? Essentially,
I don't know,
change the
man.
names. I don't know. But it used to be like you weren't just like sometimes it would just be like clips of a show. It's like, no, I searched for this because I want to fucking watch the show. I don't want to watch a clip. I don't want to watch a scene.
I want to watch a sneak peek of the next episode.
It's just annoying. Peacock, it's like the episode ends and like I don't know how to get back to it to like watch the next one or stop the next one from playing. It's like whatever I want it to do, it does the opposite. And Hulu, well, I'm not super familiar with it. It seems like Hulu could be more user-friendly, but it's like they were intentionally trying to not be Netflix. And it's like, okay, guys, just change the colors and do what Netflix is doing because it works.
Right.
And maybe if I had Hulu first, then that would make more sense to me.
Sure.
I don't know. But it's annoying. They're all annoying. So
Yeah.
anyway, but what I like about Peacock is the content. I feel like they are actually doing the thing of like having diverse shows, but not for the sake of like diversity.
Sure.
Like not a token diversity thing. Not
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like, oh, look at this, like it's not the subject matter. It
Right.
is the characters, because anybody could be the lead of a show. A show could be about any type of person, not just like a cute white girl.
Right.
You know, like it could be, or like a cute white guy for that matter, with like a black friend.
Yeah. Where's
who's
the white
British.
man representation?
I'm just saying, like, they're actually, like, that's one of the things I liked about Rutherford Falls, although that I felt like that show fell short, and like we watched the whole thing.
That's what we just finished watching.
That show fell short in a number of ways.
Yeah.
However, it was like one of the things I appreciated about it were the actors actually being like native actors,
Yeah.
and that the main character was a plus-size woman, and it wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
And like, you never see that. No one ever mentioned her size. She wasn't silly and goofy, because that's what the fat girl has to play. Do you know what I mean?
They had her bring P.F. Chang's to every visit of Nathan Rutherford.
But that was their thing.
I know.
That didn't have anything to do with her size, though.
I thought that he said something about it at some point, but I was more just complaining about the fact that they were like clearly having a P.F. Chang's commercial in this show.
Oh, yeah.
So annoying. Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. The problem is she wasn't very good.
No, she wasn't. Yeah.
And I mean, like, you know, the writers of the show are indigenous. Mm-hmm. She was I think all of the actors were playing indigenous people. But like, the show wasn't that good, and the acting wasn't that good.
It wasn't great, but you know what? They did it. And now there is this representation, and like now there is room for it again. Like,
sure,
I feel like that is important. The fact that like all of these characters had these characteristics, and it wasn't mentioned because they are just people. And that is what's missing from TV.
Yes.
And so to bring it back to We Are Lady Parts, it was an entirely Muslim cast, which is like, have we ever seen that in America?
Not
where
produced,
it's not where
yeah.
they're playing like where they're being questioned for some terrorist act.
Right,
Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like that's where we see on like crime dramas, that's where we see Muslim actors.
Yeah, sure.
And like this was showing a like lots of different facets, that there's like different ways to be Muslim.
Right.
That it is not just like our narrow idea of what that is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally. And I mean, you know, you make a great point about Rutherford Falls. I just think it's a shame that like for one of the first shows that's really doing a good job with representation, it like was not very good.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I don't want to feel guilty for like being honestly critical of a show that like the writing wasn't that tight and the acting wasn't that good and
Right.
the jokes weren't that funny.
Yeah, it wasn't the best show.
Yeah.
But I think that there was a hurdle there that I think it's
Yeah.
just there are so many bad shows that are worse than Rutherford Falls that just have the same fucking cookie cutter shit, and it gets made
Oh, of
because
course.
it has a name attached to it, or it gets made because it's like, oh yeah, this fits the formula, let's make it. And it's like the same thing. Hot wife, fat white guy being the husband. Like, it's like the same thing, and it's jokes about all of those things. Rather
Right.
than like, yeah, not every show with representation has to be like knock it out of the park.
Yeah, it would just be
You know?
nice.
No, sure, it would be. But I'm just saying, there's room for error in like your typical,
Yeah.
like past shows. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that. I think your point is a good one, that it's like making the space for other shows like
Right.
this and like good representation. I just wish it was a good show.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really like the show.
We Are Lady Parts, however, I did like.
Yeah.
And I guess you did too. I don't know if you actually said your opinion, but we just talked about binging it at some point.
Yeah. No, I did like it. I thought it was funny. I think all the characters seem like super interesting, and it seems kind of just silly. Some
Yeah.
parts just seem really silly, and I like that. I
Yeah.
like something a little bit absurd.
I hope they have time to at least get into a little bit of each character.
Yeah, I think they will.
I mean, it's six episodes, I think.
Yeah.
It's very, very short episodes. I mean, it's going to focus on Amina and I think the lead singer. Like, are we really going to find out that much about the three bandmates? Maybe a little bit?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard thing with only 6 episodes. But I'm interested in it. There was something, I read a quote that I think was saying what I was trying to say better. What was it from? The Financial Times, okay, discussed that progressive representations highlight a truth about being a modern-day Muslim. You can be both God-fearing and weed-smoking, disorderly, and devotional. And then there was something else, I think The Guardian said. We Are Lady Parts does something that many diverse shows have not. It delivers on the potential of representation. In short, it actually is funny.
There you
And
go.
not in an in-joke way, but in the classic slapstick way of people falling over and wry observations about the complexities of modern womanhood.
Yeah, that's
And
great.
I think, I mean, I
That's
never would have
perfect.
said it that way. I said it in the bumbling way I said it before, but that they're just allowed to be people
Right.
that are funny people,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I liked it.
Yeah.
I would recommend.
Do you think it's going to get a second season?
I think so. I hope so, because like you said, what if we don't get to really see all these characters?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, knowing British TV and how fucking slowly it moves, we'll get another 6 episodes like 5 years from now.
Yeah.
All right. I think we would both recommend We Are Lady Parts.
Yeah.
And why don't we play a game?
Okay. Elizabeth's Game Corner. Game Corner.
So we're going to play a game we played at some point last month. We're going to name 2 shows within a given category, and we're going to try to get their IMDb scores to reach 100 without going over.
Yeah.
So the category this week is animated shows.
This seems like a hard one.
Yes. Would you like to go first?
I guess.
Oh.
Ooh.
I have one in mind if you don't want to go first.
I have a question
Sure.
about animated shows. Are we specifically doing like primetime animated shows, like animated shows that are made for adults?
Whatever you want.
Or it could be any animated show.
I mean, I don't know how people rank kids shows, so I'm going to try to stick to adult animated
Okay.
shows.
Why don't you go first?
I'm going to say Disenchantment.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Were you?
I was thinking about that earlier, but I couldn't remember what it was called.
So I haven't talked about it for a while, but if you know me, you probably know I'm a big Futurama fan. Huge Futurama
Yeah.
fan,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
And so I was looking forward to Disenchantment. It like fizzed out like in the 3rd season.
Oh, it got 3 seasons?
Or was I watching the 2nd
I
season?
knew it had 2. I just didn't know how. I didn't keep up with it.
Whatever the current season was, I watched a couple episodes and I was like, "Ugh, it's just not that funny.
Yeah.
It's just not that funny.
Damn. I'm pissed. I was going to call
yeah.
it Enchanted.
Oh, wait, we do Rotten Tomato score, right? Oh, wow. It's higher than I thought. 72%.
I'm going to say American Dad because I thought that was stupid. But that doesn't mean anything. I think most of them are stupid.
You think most of what are stupid?
Animated shows?
What? You've watched like 3 and you like 2 of them.
I'm just like...
Oh my God.
What?
91%.
Oh my God. See? I would not have guessed that. This is a hard one, Bill. I'm going to lose.
It's in its 16th season.
What? It's
American
still
Dad.
on the
Yes, it's still on the air.
Yeah, that was dumb of me to say that because I watch like at least like 4 that I really enjoy of animated shows.
All right. So I need to get a 28%. I'm going to say The Cleveland Show, which was a spin-off from Family Guy, if you recall.
I do.
Ooh, 63%.
See?
This game is way too hard.
This game is really hard with TV shows.
What's your 9% cartoon? The worst cartoon ever made.
Caillou.
Caillou?
Yeah, it's a kids show.
How do you spell
Oh,
it?
it's Caillou or something like that.
Oh, from 1997?
Yeah. But like parents fucking hate it.
There's no score.
God damn it. I'm telling you, it's like a 5%.
I have never...
You've never heard of this? I think it's not. It used to be on PBS.
And it doesn't look familiar. Yeah, it had 5 seasons on PBS. Although they're like 2003, 2006, 2013. Like,
Yeah.
very strange. It was only a 4 on IMDb, so
Okay.
it's pretty shitty.
Pretty shitty, yeah.
I mean, it's not 9% shitty, but...
What would that average out to, do you think?
I mean, it's 4 out of 10, so 40%.
Well, I don't have another one.
Well, you lose then.
All right, what are you picking? You already
I already picked my second.
Guys, we're sorry. This was a bad game.
This game is too hard
Can't all be
because
winners.
people like crappy TV. So even the worst shows have like 60 or 80% or 90%.
Yeah, I think it's easier to do with movies.
And then nothing is that poorly rated.
Right.
And shows that are that terrible you don't remember.
Right, and they don't stay on the air. They just pull them.
Right.
Whereas like a movie is like in existence. It was in the theaters and then it's like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, we both suck. We both lost.
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. My old catchphrase is back, guys. That's the way the cookie crumbles. You can find it on our t-shirts at
Merch.
trialbypilotmerch.cookie.crumble.org. .org.
Oh, you know what? I just found out. So there's this merch that Busy Phillips podcast has. And I really like their merch. And there are these leggings that I want. And they say doing my best on them. And then there's like a matching ski jacket that goes with it. But they're pulling they're putting new merch out. And so they're pulling it. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe, I mean, I have to check and see if they're slashing the prices or something. But like, I was going to wait a while. Like I think I put it on like my gift thing or something, like my gift app. But like now it's not going to be there. So now, it's a bummer. But I really just want this jacket that says doing my best on it. Because like, honestly, I am.
You want the jacket too?
I want the whole suit. Like I want a matching suit.
Oh, I don't know if you can
Is
pull off
that
that look.
silly? You don't
Yeah,
think so?
no.
So, okay. I know that you're like just joking, but I think you I'm too short for it, right? It's a lot. I'll show you it. It's like very colorful. It might be too much for like
I just don't
a
think that's
short
your
person.
style. A matching ski jacket and pant combo?
It's like leggings, and the leggings have like stripes on them, like going vertical. Like almost looks like it has like high knee socks.
So you said vertical, but you were showing me horizontal.
Horizontal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's not me. I was never like a juicy couture girl. Maybe this is like too much.
Yeah.
All right, you've given me some things to think about.
Okay.
When are we going to talk about Mare of Easttown? Are we going to say that for another episode?
That's for the recap, baby.
You're going to make me wait to talk about it?
Yeah. General thoughts.
All right, general thoughts. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, it was so good.
It was so good.
The end of the 5th episode was the most tense 10 minutes of television I've seen in years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just like pure emotional fucking tension. Like just
Yeah.
your gut was tight. Like what is going to happen?
I got up. We were sitting in bed. I got up out of bed. I didn't know what to do. Not out of bed, like just like sat up on the bed onto my knees. And then I just turned around like a dog would and
That's
sat
exactly
back
what I was
down.
gonna say.
And I just turned around and I just sat back down. And then I just let out a sob. And then kept watching the show. And then
God.
Bill, the next night, Bill was like, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
You need to get a hold of yourself. But how do you not react to that?
It
But
was-
literally, I turned around like a dog.
It was pretty crazy. That's so funny because I thought the exact same thing. I was like, what are you doing? She just like circled her tail.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we enjoyed the pilot. We talked about it on the podcast. It was a little bit slow. It wasn't like the perfect pilot.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of other people say that same thing, though.
Yeah, so have I. But then, you know, I also heard it, hey, it's really good, stick with it. And
Yeah.
we did, and it was well worth it.
Yeah,
Well
it
worth
was definitely worth it. It's funny because I was reading about it in like some forum, and I didn't have any complaints about it until I started reading the forum. Like people are pointing out different things. I'm like, hey, yeah, what was that about? But it's like,
Yeah.
generally, like, I really liked it. Like it was a really good show.
Yeah. Oh, it was putting out stuff not about the pilot, about the whole series?
The whole series, yeah.
Like what?
Well, I don't want to give any like too much away.
Oh,
Like I
sure.
don't know if
All
we're
right,
gonna do
well-
like spoilers, but so we can save for the recap. So if you're
okay.
listening now, catch up on Mare of Easttown because when we do the recap, we're just gonna shout out some spoilers.
Yeah. I like shows like that because, I mean, A, it was episodic. It came out every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like HBO shows that get a lot of buzz. Like, I know people that still haven't watched it but are planning to watch it. I feel like a lot of times with streaming shows, like stuff on Netflix, like you binge it in the first week or you forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of stuff. And I mean, it's evidenced by Netflix top 10 rankings. Like a show that's number 1 the week it comes out and it's like number 9 and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And no one talks about it ever again.
Right.
Unless maybe it gets a second season.
And you know, if you guys listened to that episode, I did complain a little bit about the accent, like thinking that like it wasn't sounding totally natural, but it did get better, like I
Yeah.
had predicted.
Yeah.
It did feel like more natural, and everybody did it, and they all did a really good job.
Yeah.
Like what a testament to like how much work you're putting into like creating this world. Like this is good TV.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. I liked it a lot. And I fucking love Kate Winslet.
She's great.
Have I ever seen her be bad?
Yeah.
No.
But man,
Never.
she is one dour, depressed woman in this show.
Yeah, she is.
It's rough. It's rough
She
to
is.
watch.
You know what? She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's just beautiful.
Okay.
Fucking love her. Did you ever see The Holiday?
No.
God, she's such a delight in that.
Any plugs?
I do have a plug, Bill.
Great.
Oh my gosh. So everyone can follow me on my newly resurrected Instagram account that I'm picking up again after 2 years called sustainable_ish. And it's where I try to highlight things that are sustainable-ish or sustainable-ish, like sustainable shit that we use.
Double meaning.
Bill and I try really hard. We probably don't talk about it on this podcast too much, but we do try really hard to be like very like eco-conscious, and
Yeah.
we don't use paper towels. We, before the pandemic, didn't have like ever really use plastic bags. Grocery stores, now we're overflowing with them, but
Yeah.
like we always bring our reusable bags. We try our best, but sometimes it's really hard. And so like we just do our best, and that's all anyone can do. So anyway, I have this Instagram account, and my current project that I'll be highlighting on it is refurbishing our grill, which Bill thinks we need to get rid of, and I think we can save.
Yes. I showed it to our friend, And she said, oh, throw it out.
Who?
Devin. I said, thank you, because everybody else is like, oh, tell Bill to shut up. You can redo that. You'll save so much money. And I'm like, doubtful about it. And Devin's like, oh, yeah, just buy a new grill.
No, Devin, you're wrong.
Help me out, Devin. Help me out.
No. Because it's a Weber grill, and Weber's whole website is basically like, hey, here's a whole section for replacement parts. You can literally replace every single part of your grill.
Yeah, and you're going to have to make that thing functional again.
Okay. But this is the test. I think that you're wrong, and I think I can refurbish it. Plus, here's the thing.
Wait, this is the test? You think I'm wrong?
But I'm going to test it out. Like, maybe you're right. But here's the thing. Even if a lot of it needs to be replaced, right? Like, there's like this whole shell of a grill. Like, then what happens with it? Then we have to get a new grill with all new packaging. All of that's wasteful. It's just like, why not try to like clean up the stuff that's there? So that's the type of stuff that I'm going to be talking about.
Riveting content, riveting.
Hey, I hope you're not saying that sarcastically.
Of course not. I'm never sarcastic. All right, everybody. If you have suggestions on shows for us to watch, you can email us at trialbypilot@gmail.com. You can go onto Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow us at trialbypilot. And please go on to Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. Subscribe to the show, leave a review, and tell a friend.
And thank you to the Beats for providing our theme music.
Thank you, Beats.
Bye.
Bye.
Watching television, watching television. Watching television, watching television.